Imagine a creature from your nightmares. Picture something lurking in the darkest depths of the ocean, where sunlight barely reaches and the water is cold and silent. Down here in the shadows, strange life forms have evolved in ways that seem almost otherworldly. One such creature has a slimy, eel-like body that glides effortlessly through the water. Its skin glistens in the faint light, and its movements are both graceful and unsettling, as if it was designed for stealth and surprise. But what truly sets it apart is its mouth. Unlike the jaws of a shark, which are lined with rows of triangular teeth, this creature's mouth is a perfect circle. It's a gaping hole, rimmed with concentric rings of razor-sharp teeth, almost like a living suction cup of nightmares. When it opens wide, you can see the terrifying detail of its circular jaw, ready to latch onto anything unlucky enough to cross its path. This isn't a monster from a horror movie or a creature from science fiction. This is the lamprey, a real-life vampire of the sea. Found in both freshwater and saltwater environments, lampreys have haunted rivers and oceans for ages, preying on unsuspecting fish. These ancient fish are true survivors. Lampreys have been around for hundreds of millions of years, dating back to a time before the dinosaurs even walked the earth. They've witnessed the rise and fall of countless species, surviving ice ages, asteroid impacts, and dramatic changes in the planet's climate. Their fossilized remains tell a story of resilience and adaptation, making them living fossils in every sense of the word. So how have these bizarre creatures managed to endure for so long when so many others have vanished? The answer lies in their unique and unsettling feeding habits. Lampreys are not hunters in the traditional sense. They are parasites relying on other fish for their survival. Using their powerful suction-like mouths, lampreys attach themselves to the bodies of other fish. Their grip is so strong that it's almost impossible for their victims to shake them off. Once attached, the lamprey becomes a living leech feeding off its host. Then, those rows of teeth go to work. The lamprey's mouth acts like a rasping file, scraping away the fish's flesh and creating a wound. Through this wound, the lamprey sucks out blood and bodily fluids, feeding for hours or even days at a time. It's a gruesome sight, and for the host fish, it's a nightmare come true. But for the lamprey, this grisly method has been a winning strategy for survival, allowing it to thrive in some of the harshest environments on Earth. So, let's dive even deeper into the mysterious world of these fascinating and undeniably freaky fish. The lamprey's story is one of ancient origins, bizarre adaptations, and a survival strategy that has stood the test of time. Most fish we know have jaws. Jaws are essential for biting, chewing, and catching prey. Lampreys, however, never got the memo about jaws. They belong to a primitive group of fish called agnathans, which means jawless fish. Instead of jaws, lampreys have a round, sucker-like mouth. This mouth is incredibly strong. It allows them to latch onto their prey with a vice-like grip. Imagine a vacuum cleaner with teeth. Inside that circular mouth, you won't find a tongue like ours. Instead, lampreys have a tongue-like structure covered in teeth. These teeth are sharp and pointed, perfect for scraping away flesh and drawing blood. It's a feeding mechanism that's both effective and a little unnerving. But how did such a strange creature come to be? For years, the origins of lampreys remained a mystery. These creatures are so unique, so different from other fish, that scientists struggled to trace their evolutionary history. Then, a remarkable discovery was made. In 2016, paleontologists unearthed fossilized lamprey remains in the Jurassic coast of England. This wasn't just any fossil find. These fossils were incredibly well preserved, providing an unprecedented glimpse into the ancient world of lampreys. The fossils dated back an astounding 160 million years. This meant that lampreys were swimming the seas during the age of dinosaurs. These weren't just any dinosaurs either. These were the giants of the Jurassic period, like Stegosaurus and Brachiosaurus. Imagine these ancient vampires lurking in the shadows of these colossal creatures. The Jurassic lamprey fossils were remarkably complete. They included not just bones but also soft tissues like cartilage and muscles. This level of preservation is incredibly rare and provided scientists with a wealth of information. The most striking feature, of course, was the mouth. Even after millions of years, the circular shape and rows of teeth were clearly visible. It was like looking into the face of a vampire frozen in time. The fossils also revealed something else intriguing. The Jurassic lampreys were remarkably similar to modern lampreys. This suggested that their unique body plan, including their parasitic feeding strategy, had been successful for a very, very long time. The discovery of Jurassic lampreys has truly cemented their status as living fossils, a term reserved for those rare creatures that have survived the test of time with remarkably little change. These ancient animals, whose fossilized remains date back over 160 million years, look strikingly similar to the lampreys swimming in our rivers and oceans today. But what exactly does it mean to be a living fossil? The phrase might sound dramatic, but it simply refers to species that have persisted for millions of years, outlasting countless evolutionary changes that have shaped the rest of life on Earth. These remarkable organisms have remained relatively unchanged in their physical form and lifestyle even as the world around them has transformed dramatically. While other species have come and gone, living fossils like the lamprey have endured, almost as if time itself has stood still for them. In many ways, these creatures are like living windows into the distant past. They offer us invaluable clues about ancient ecosystems, the conditions that shaped early life, and the evolutionary processes that have led to the incredible diversity we see today. Lampreys in particular are a testament to the power of adaptation and resilience. Despite their seemingly simple jawless bodies, they have managed to survive multiple mass extinctions and environmental upheavals. Their unique body plan, which might appear primitive at first glance, is actually a marvel of evolutionary engineering. It has allowed them to thrive in a wide range of aquatic environments, from fast-flowing freshwater rivers to the vast, unpredictable open ocean. The lamprey's parasitic lifestyle, while it might seem gruesome or even unsettling to us, has been a key factor in their long-term survival. By latching onto other fish and feeding on their blood and bodily fluids, lampreys have carved out a unique ecological niche. By tapping into a readily available food source, the blood and flesh of other fish lampreys have managed to secure a stable place for themselves in the web of life, demonstrating that sometimes survival means sticking with what works, even for millions of years. In the cutthroat world of prehistoric oceans, survival was a daily struggle. Predators lurked in every shadow and competition for food was fierce. So how did the lamprey, a creature without jaws, manage to thrive? The answer lies in their parasitic lifestyle. While other fish relied on speed, agility, or brute strength to hunt, lampreys developed a different strategy. They became masters of stealth and efficiency. Their sucker-like mouths allowed them to attach to larger fish without being detected. Once attached, they could feed for hours, or even days, on their host's blood and flesh. This parasitic feeding strategy provided them with a constant source of nourishment, even in environments where food was scarce. When we think of lampreys today, we often picture those pesky parasites. But not all lampreys are bloodsuckers. In fact, there are over 40 species of lampreys, and they exhibit a surprising diversity in their feeding habits. Some modern lampreys are indeed parasitic, just like their Jurassic ancestors. They latch onto fish, rasp away flesh, and suck blood. These lampreys are often considered a nuisance to fishermen because they can injure or even kill valuable fish stocks. However, other lamprey species have abandoned the parasitic lifestyle altogether. These lampreys are filter feeders. They live in freshwater rivers and streams where they use their mouths to sift through the sediment, extracting tiny organisms for food. It's a far cry from their blood-sucking cousins. Let's take a journey back in time to trace the incredible evolution of these fascinating fish, whose story stretches across hundreds of millions of years. Lampreys are often called living fossils, and for good reason. Their lineage is among the oldest of all vertebrates, offering us a rare window into the distant past of life on Earth. About 530 million years ago, in the primordial seas of the Cambrian period, the earliest ancestors of lampreys began to emerge. These ancient creatures were among the first vertebrates, swimming through murky waters long before the age of dinosaurs or even the first land plants. These primitive fish lacked jaws, a feature that would only evolve much later in other lineages. Instead, they possessed a simple, cartilaginous skeleton and a round, sucker-like mouth, adaptations that would define lampreys for millions of years to come. Around 400 million years ago, as the world's oceans teemed with new life, lampreys diversified and spread across the globe. They adapted to a variety of marine environments, thriving alongside early sharks and armored fish in a world that was constantly changing. Over time, some lamprey species developed a unique and rather gruesome way of feeding. by attaching themselves to other fish and feeding on their blood and bodily fluids. This parasitic lifestyle allowed them to exploit new ecological niches and survive in challenging conditions. Then, about 160 million years ago during the Jurassic period, lamprey fossils were formed and preserved in ancient rock. These rare fossils provide scientists with invaluable clues about the appearance and habits of lampreys that lived alongside dinosaurs. Fast forward to the present day and lampreys are still with us. Modern lampreys, both parasitic and non-parasitic, continue to thrive in a wide range of aquatic environments from freshwater rivers to coastal seas, demonstrating their remarkable ability to adapt and survive. This timeline highlights the extraordinary resilience and persistence of lampreys. Their story is one of survival, adaptation, and transformation through the ages. Lampreys have weathered over 500 million years of dramatic environmental changes, mass extinctions, and relentless evolutionary pressures. Through ice ages, asteroid impacts, and shifting continents, they have endured while countless other species vanished. Their continued existence is a testament to their adaptability and their unique place in the animal kingdom. Lampreys remind us that survival often depends on the ability to change, endure, and find new ways to thrive, no matter what challenges the world may bring. The discovery of Jurassic lampreys reminds us that the natural world is full of surprises. It challenges our assumptions about evolution and highlights the incredible diversity of life that has existed on our planet. These ancient vampires of the sea offer a unique window into the past. They provide clues about ancient ecosystems, the evolution of feeding strategies, and the remarkable resilience of life itself. By studying these living fossils, we gain a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of all living things. The next time you encounter a lamprey, don't just think of them as a nuisance. See them for what they truly are, ancient survivors, testaments to the power of adaptation, and living links to a time when dinosaurs ruled the earth.